So this is the wrong time to do a live. Understand it's Thursday morning, everyone's at work, everyone's at school, work, doing whatever. And I don't really post on this channel. I don't really have subscribers. I don't know who this is gonna reach or what. But I actually got the news that NGG shut down about what was it? I think it was probably like a month ago. I might have got the news. I was really late because I've been totally out of touch with the NGG community for a long time now. I've really kind of moved on, and uh, it used to be a point in time where I used to regularly check in and see what the hell was going on with NGG. But as of recent, nah, I don't really check in or anything like that. But NGG has still been a huge part of my life. I don't plan to get any viewers, but hopefully I could maybe this might reach a couple people and we could talk about it and stuff because I think it should be discussed. Um, NGG and the effects that it's had on our lives. Like me personally, NGG has had a huge effect on my life. For better or for worse, I can't really say, but it's had a huge impact on my life. So um, some of it is personal, some of it not so much. Even years later after playing, NGG, it's like the persona, it's kind of crazy. It's like the persona that you develop on these video games kind of somewhat become who you are in real life. And it's sad to say because the persona of Yasui Chaos was a piece of shit. Like Yasui Chaos was a total piece of shit. Like um I know a lot of people to this day they probably don't like me for shit that I've done to them on that video game. Like and as far as all of that's concerned, I hope that we could just get over all the petty shit on the video game, just to band together for a moment and discuss the effect that this game has had on all of our lives. Like I've been playing NGG since it was SARP. And I have to go back and really think about everything because I could have a lot of details fucked up. I really would like to do a collage of or a video because I still have a lot of footage and I still have a lot of video and a lot of pictures and stuff from back in the day. I really would like to put it all on a Dropbox or something. So, a lot of people, I feel like everyone should upload whatever the hell we have because this is a part of our childhood and we could just let this skate right by us and forget about everything. A lot of times I'm looking at some of these old videos and some of these old pictures, and I don't want to seem like a bitch, but the shit low key make me want to cry sometimes because that shit is your childhood, bro. Whether it's a video game or not, like a lot of people might be like, yo, that's sad, a video game or whatever. But you got to keep in mind that you're still interacting with people. Like whether it's online or whatever, you're still making interactions with other human beings. So it does have a lot of people try to make it seem like this don't have no kind of effect on them. Like that shit has an effect on you, bro. Ha ha, the man from the old days. Hey, what's up? So I got one guy in here, somebody in this bitch. I don't really expect to get anyone in here. I just expected this to kind of go to like let me talk or whatever, then it'll ask me to upload it at the end because I ain't want to make a whole video and upload it. I just went to YouTube and clicked on live. But yeah, man, like I don't know. It's kind of sad to see NGG close. I know there's a lot of bitter old players who's like, yeah, fuck NGG, I'm banned and everything. It's kind of sad to see them close. Like me personally, I don't know what the new generation of NGG was really up to. I heard Chaos really blew up And I don't know, I don't even think a lot of these Chaos members nowadays know that I'm the guy who founded Chaos. But I heard them niggas blew up since I left, like on a whole nother level. Like they was doing dumb shit, running around the city, DMing everybody, like no, like on some we couldn't be stopped type shit. So I think that's cool that that shit continued on after I left. Like I think that's cool. Like I know a lot of the new school cats and chaos, like Jack and Steven and them. Um, yeah, they was real. I could verify them personally. I would say they real chaos. Like Jack, Steven, Tanner, Chris. I don't want to forget anybody. I don't want to start naming like the new school chaos people, but those guys are like they legit. They got the verification from me. They legit. I seen their videos. They out there and shit. One of the big things I wanted to discuss was hacking. Now, I know that this better not still be a discussion on whether Yasui Chaos hacked or not. Nigga, y'all know that I was hacking, bro. Y'all know. Y'all know a nigga was out there with the Cleos. I had all the Cleos. All right, so it's been years, so I could come clean with what I had now. Bro, I had all the Cleos, and y'all seen it. It was in my videos, it was in everything. If I did not hack so much, the channel Yasui Chaos would probably be lit. Honestly. Like, I thought about this too. If I wasn't such a fucking hacker, the channel Yasui Chaos would have been lit. I had to stop uploading videos because I hacked so fucking much. Oh, this is I don't know who's in here, but I'm really just talking about NGG. Like, I don't know if you played NGG or how you got to my channel, but I'm talking about NGG. But hell yeah, bro. Like, I hacked like a motherfucker. Like, bro, I was hacking left and right, like, could not be stopped. Like, for real, bro. And niggas knew I was doing it. I don't know why niggas was acting crazy like they was surprised. Like, bro, I was one of the main niggas hacking. Like, y'all gotta give me credit, bro. All the hacking shit and shit that y'all be doing. I was one of the first ones on NGG to start that hacker wave, bro. Like, really, we about to hack, we about to kill y'all, and we about to upload this shit to YouTube. I was a slot holder uploading videos of me hacking to YouTube. That's how much of a fuck I did not give. I was the slot holder of BHT uploading videos of me hacking on YouTube. Now, this shit might not seem like nothing in 2018, 2017 when everyone is doing it, but give me my credit, bro. I was one of the first people to be really hacking on some straight fuck it shit. Like, niggas have done it, but not on the level that I did that shit. That whole chaos wave, that shit, bro. That shit. Now I'm nothing compared to the new chaos. I've seen the new chaos videos. They take the fuckery to a whole new level. Like, I give the new chaos that. The new chaos take the fuckery to a whole new level. I'm no, them new chaoses will shit all over me, bro. If I ever came back, if I ever came back to NGG, like Steven, Jack, all them niggas would shit all on me. I wouldn't know what to do. I'd just be sitting there. I'd probably be hacking. They probably wouldn't even have hacks and still be shitting on me. Shitting on me. But I don't play Sam neither. I found out NGG closed. This is why I'm here to really talk. I found out that NGG shut down. I looked on their site. I just recently saw that they shut down September 24th. But I didn't find out about this shit until like my birthday, which my birthday just passed. My birthday was February 5th. And that was the day I found out NGG closed. Like, I was like, what? NGG shut down? Like, that shit crazy. It makes me feel sad because last time I played NGG was I came back to NGG a couple times, but I never made a serious comeback. Like I would come back to NGG for a couple days, probably get SM or some shit. So a couple old school cats might be fucking with me. Then I'll do some dumb shit and get banned, or I'll just quit. Like I never could really come back to NGG because like a lot of the admins and shit, what people don't realize, I used to try to come back, but a lot of the admins and shit that I used to bully when before, this is why it's hard for old school players like me to come back. Like a lot of the people who I used to DM and like used to really shit on became admins. So, and a lot of these players is people who like I legit have been banned by players who told me like, yo, I've been wanting to ban you since you DM'd me and I was a level 1 noob. And like niggas became admin because I DM'd them. Like because that was their influence, their reason to become an admin was they got DM'd by some chaos cats. So I cannot come back to NGG because I got these motherfuckers who I DM'd from way back in 2012. And how am I supposed to remember that I DM'd this motherfucker in 2012? So now this is why this admin is spectating me all day, watching me. Like, bro, I can't do it. That's why I just said, fuck that shit, bro. That shit is dead. That shit dead as fuck. An old motherfucker who I DM'd from 2012 is still salty. That's why that shit is dead. Like, I would show my face right now, but the nigga don't even have a haircut, bro. I might come back on this motherfucker another day for like because I really want to sit down with a couple people who I've been playing NGG with, like Smokey, Lay, some of the old cats out there who we could really talk on YouTube and have a sit down conversation about NGG and the memories, bro. Because it's a video game, but we got a lot of memories from this shit. Like NGG followed me way into my future, my jobs, my career, my fucking. It might sound sad, but look, this shit followed me. I be thinking about. I be in certain situations in real life and thinking, what would Yasui Chaos do? I look up to Yasui Chaos. I wish I could be Yasui Chaos in my real life because Yasui Chaos wouldn't give a fuck. Yasui Chaos would DM your ass and walk away, bro. Like, I would always be wondering and thinking, like, what would Yasui Chaos do? And I know I'm not the only one who thinks like, about, especially me, like, I know I can't be the only one who NGG has had this kind of effect on. Like, some of y'all might be in situations in your real life and NGG might come to mind, or you might see something funny happening and you might think back to someone being how you DM'd a cat on NGG, or how you killed somebody, or how you got killed, or a little inside joke on NGG. It's like a little niche community, kind of like anime. Like if you into some weird shit like anime, only you and other people who's into anime could understand that shit. Like NGG is typed like that. Like we have a lot of like inside jokes and shit that goes on in NGG. Like the whole what's an inside joke from NGG? How to be cup. That's one example. Like who could you go say that shit to and they understand what that means? Anywhere in gaming, how to be cup. How to be a cup. How do you be a fucking cup? Now that's funny. I remember the first time I seen that phrase on NGG, I almost fell out my seat and died. The nigga on Noob Chat said, how to be a cup. But yeah, there's a lot of copycat servers. I mean, goddamn, I seen that they had switched to HRP. Here's what's funny about that whole situation, the whole HRP situation. Now, I'll speak a little bit on that. I remember when the whole HRP thing went down. What year was that? Was that 20? Yeah, that was 2012. when the whole HR, it was either, I think it was late 2011. It was like around December 2011 going into 2012. It was when that situation happened. And at the time, I think I was just demoted in BHT or something. Something happened. Or no, I wasn't demoted, but I didn't get promoted. And I was thinking I was gonna get promoted that same. BHT was really, I would say they was the most organized gang at the time. Like everything was really organized. We had our promotion ceremonies and debriefings after point and briefings before point. All this shit. We was very organized as a gang. And I remember I didn't get that promotion. I was a rank 1 at the time. And no, I was a rank 2. I think they were supposed to promote me to rank 3, or either rank 3 being promoted to rank 4. Highest rank I've ever been under the pre Yasui Chaos. There's 2 different generations of BHT. There's several different generations, but 2 different main branches. There are everyone who comes from the line of, I was kind of admin promoted to be the leader of BHT. I was promoted by admin because there was no one else at the time to lead BHT, because all of the leaders and everything left. They went to HRP, and they tried to pass leader around to a couple people in BHT who, like Lou Doxson and other folks who just was not around, was not really qualified for the position. So at the time, it might sound weird, but as a rank 3, I was one of the most qualified on the server to be leader of BHT, because I've been in BHT for a long time, multiple different accounts and everything. So they picked me. A lot of people from the old server could not accept me as a leader and anything. That's why we had to branch off and kind of do our own thing, because I still wanted to fuck with like Wu Ming and all of them people on HRP, but they wasn't fucking with me because they wanted me to basically get myself banned on NGG and run off to HRP with them. And at the time, there was so many copycat servers of NGG, and I felt like HRP was just another copycat, just a well modified, well edited copycat of NGG. Well, really, all of this shit is just copycats of the old Godfather script with the original role play script and Sam. Now, I know I'm going way deep in the dinosaur age Sam history right now. Like, a lot of new age players might not even know all of this shit, like Godfather. What the fuck are you talking about? Well, yeah, all this shit originally came from a whole nother script, and NGG took it and they modified it. It really came from SARP, and then they stole off with the SARP files and made their own server. And I was there for all of that shit. I was there from SARP. I'm probably one of the oldest players in NGG history, one of the oldest players, and I don't get credit for any of that shit. I don't really care, because it's 2 types of old players on NGG. It's the old player who has kept the same name throughout everything. I've been banned so many fucking times, I can't keep the same name. I had the name Kane Stanfield, Yasui Khan. I've had several names. The only name y'all know is Yasui Chaos is because that's the one where I got some clout off of that name. I became leader of BHT and I had clout. So that's the only name y'all know. But I've been playing NGG up under countless fucking names. Like, been getting banned for this, that, cussing out admins, hacking, doing whatever the fuck. I never gave a fuck. So, but yeah, the HRP situation, like, yeah, I was admin promoted. I forgot which admin promoted me, but yeah, they made me leader and everything. Everyone else ran off. Um, fuck. Really, I wasn't ready to leave NGG at that time. They kept wondering, like, why wouldn't I leave with them? Yeah, you are the only one watching. But I think more people's gonna see this. I'm gonna pass it around to some people. I'm gonna try to do this again, like on a Discord or something. Hell yeah, this is dope. This is some NGG knowledge, some history I'm dropping on you, bro. Like, I don't know what was your in-game name? Cause I don't even know who you are in game. What was your in game name? And I'm bad with player names too. I don't remember. I'm bad at remembering player names. Oh, you've been watching Chaos vids for a while now. Well, yeah, like really? Okay. Well, yeah, a lot of people don't even know, but I'm really the one I founded Chaos. Like I started that shit. Really, my first name was Yasui Khan. Then I made the name Yasui Chaos. And the first Chaos I recruited was my best friend. He lives right next door to me. His name is his real name Jalen, but y'all know him as Joshi Chaos. Okay. So, and we was the first two official chaoses. I never thought the name was gonna go anywhere. I was really shocked to see like the name blew up and really took off. Like, and it really the people to credit to that is really the new age chaos. I can't even credit myself for that. Like I just made the name, but I'll never take the credit for what Steven and Jack and all of those guys what they did with it. Like really, honorary wise, I would say they the real leaders of chaos because they really took that shit to a whole new level. And they skyrocketed with that shit, but I salute them. But yeah, like, yeah, give me some credit though. I founded that shit. I made the name. And I was kind of I didn't only make the name, but I made the culture too. Chaos there was a culture of chaos, a general culture. And the chaos culture was we didn't give a fuck. We was kind of like the the brute force of triads. Like we was the one in triads that did not give a fuck. We was the one who we would take jailings for triads in the name of triads. Like we was everyone else was RPing and shit, and we was the ones that was like, fuck that. Y'all need some real shooters. Besides RPing, if we're gonna be successful as a gang, we need some real shooters who don't give a fuck. That was the mentality. So I was like, all right, so chaos. When was recruiting my chaos members, I was literally teaching them how to DM in secret. Like Smokey and all of them, I was trying to train them on how to DM and get away with it. That's literally what our lessons were. I don't remember if the original chaos. Remember when I used to take them to paintball and shit. I used to take these niggas to paintball and teach them like, all right, I need y'all to DM for the game, but I need y'all to DM in a way where you won't get jailed. So I gave them binds and certain shit, like taught them leeways of how to DM and not get jailed. So I was like, all right, so if you want to kill somebody, all you got to do is you got to go up to them and use this bind. Just say, hey, this a robbery or something. Like that's how you DM in NGG. You just got to come up with some bullshit. Like I'm here to I'm here to exact my revenge on you killing my mother. Like come up with some RP bullshit right on the spot. I was famous for that shit. I'll come to you and be like, yeah, you killed my gang member. I saw you do that shit, bro, and put the gun at their face. So the admins are spectating me. They see I got an RP reason to kill this motherfucker. So they can't do nothing to me because I just made up some bullshit on the spot. And he in B chat like, bro, you full of shit, bro. You got no reason to kill me. He in B chat mad. But I just stamped his bitch ass on the ground and I had a perfectly legitimate RP reason as it appears to the admin. But one thing I had to do, like speaking about admins, bro, don't even get me started about admins. A server is only as good as their fucking their administrative team, and that's just straight facts. A server is only as good as their administrative team, and really, that was the downfall of Yasui Chaos was just the admins, bro. I could not take the admins. They was just on some fuck shit. It was like they was out to get me. A nigga could not like do anything because it was the fucking admins, bro. And I know that's everyone's complaint. Like, I really hope that I'm not even sure if Devin or any of those people give a fuck much to really. I think they was sitting on such a high plateau in the community that they could never see what was actually going on in the community. Like, I used to have conversations with Devin where they would be dragging me up there about to ban my ass, and I would be telling them like, all right, before y'all ban me, I just want you to create an alt and go and play on the server as a normal player and see how your admins treat you. Like, just role play, just fucking play the game like y'all tell us we should play the game, and tell me how that works for you. Cause I've done it. I used to make alts to spy on my gang to see what they would do when I wasn't there. So I've done it. And I've seen that they be on some fuck shit. Like, the admins will do some fuck shit all the time, bro. All the time. Jail you for some fuck shit. Like, I have a couple videos on this channel of me being jailed for some fuck shit by some admins, by some SMs, and I know it happens to everyone. That's probably, y'all probably like, what the fuck? Like, that's so common now. But back then, having to deal with that shit back then was fucking annoying, because that was at the time when NGG at least tried to pretend as if we gave a fuck about roleplay. I know it was in 2017 that the general player just did not give a fuck in 2017, but it wasn't like that before. It was more of a high level players that didn't give a fuck, people who's been there for a while, some time, for them not to give a fuck. But now, like 2017, I played a little bit, I played a couple days, and it just seemed like the average player did not give a fuck at that time. Like, the average fucking Joe gave zero fuck about the server, about their count, about being banned, about none of that shit. At least niggas back then, they kind of cared about being banned. They kind of toggled their hacks. They don't even toggle in 2017. They just turned that shit on and run all day. Hacks on. Like, hell yeah, I used to teach my Chaos members how to hack too. I used to give them private hacks. I was one of the only niggas on the server with private fucking hacks that no one else had access to. I have, still to this day, I have private hacks. I have duplication methods. On NGG, I could dupe money on NGG, like literally duplicate it. There was a couple dupes out there that people knew of. They patched a couple of them, like the house dupe and everything. But yeah, I was one of the motherfuckers. I could dupe. They used to take my money from me so frequently. Like, I gotten money taken from Yusui Chaos frequently. I was one of the richest motherfuckers in the server. I had 600 mil took from me from David. I had like another 800 mil took from David. David was always the one taking my money. He knew I was up to some fuck shit. He was always watching my account and taking my shit. So one day I had the only way I could secure wealth and get it around David's nose without him knowing that I got it some kind of fuck way was I could duplicate. I bought an island and I duplicated that island. I sold the island and I duplicated it a couple times. So sold the island to like a couple different people. I sold it once for 150 mil. I sold it again for like 200 something mil. And David couldn't do anything about it because I I made up an excuse that the player just gave it to me before they quit, and he had no way to verify it. So I just got that shit, boom, and yeah, that was cool. I had what else did I have that no one really had in NGG? Oh, I don't know about after, but I was one of the, I don't know if they do it now, but I was one of the first ones to have the automatic keybinds. We talking the keybinds that knew your player ID. Like, because I was when Samp Funks first came out, I was one of the first ones using that shit. They made a auto hotkey class. I have auto hotkey tutorials on my YouTube channel. Niggas been doing auto hotkey for a very long time. I'm actually a software engineer. I'm really good with programming and shit like that. So they had released a class, which is like a plugin for auto hotkey, which reads from the SAMP DLL, so it could collect player information and shit straight from the SAMP DLL. So I could collect player IDs through auto hotkey and basically set up automatic hotkeys where, like, certain hotkeys that require the ID, like the vesting hotkey, A lot of people had one where it just they would walk up to you and they would press the hotkey and all they'd have to do is type in your ID. I didn't even have to do that shit. I just walk up to you, press a button, boom, you vested. Walk up to you, press a button, it did a me command with your name in it and everything. Like the automatic binds. I don't know if they use them now. I tried to put a couple people onto them in NGG, but no one was really going for the wave like that. They was like, nah, this shit too hard. I'm not really into it. So boom. Um, I had health. I had hacks like a motherfucker. Boy, I had hacks. Had aimbots. All the aimbots I had Republic. I don't know why at that time there was a couple people on the aimbot wave. I'm gonna be honest about who really started the aimbot wave. It was really BBS. People gonna be like, "Oh yeah, niggas been hacking and all that shit," but I'm talking about hacking on a broad spectrum. Like everyone around you, the whole gang or this whole group of people are hacking and getting away with it. There's motherfuckers who hack and be banned. That's not really hacking. If you spawn some fucking cars and get banned, you're not really hacking. You're just doing some fuck shit and getting banned. Like niggas was hacking for years straight. Admins couldn't catch them and they was not getting banned. Like uploading videos of me aimbotting to YouTube and admins are still rubbing their chin like, I wonder if this motherfucker hacks. Nigga, I got this shit on my page. But yeah, I had aimbot. Yeah, BBS started the aimbot wave. I'll give them that shit. It was really going playing point against some BBS motherfuckers. That's what put me on the aimbot. Is when I used to go to point with them niggas in BBS and saw how quick they was killing me. I was like, bro, I know these niggas up to something because I'm one of the most old school SAMP players there is. I own my own servers. I've I played SAMP really almost since the beginning of SAMP. Probably a couple months, no more than a year and some change after SAMP came out. I was playing that shit. So I've done and seen everything as far as SAMP. I don't know about New Age SAMP, but prior SAMP 0.3 or whatever, where now you could shoot a player's skin and kill him. Prior all of that, back when SAMP was lag shooting, there was a small amount of shit that I could see and not recognize. Anything I would see, I would automatically know it was hacks. I've seen too many good players. I played against some of the best players in Russian servers. Those are the best players, is the ones in the Russian servers. So if I'm coming down to the American servers and seeing some motherfucker doing some shit, I'm like, hell no, nah, bro, you hacking. So I knew they was hacking. I talked to a couple BHT at the time that confirmed to me that they were using aimbots. That's like what they did was pass around aimbots to the Maddoxes and shit. That's kind of was their thing. So I was like, shit. That was the first time I really learned that niggas was hacking as a collective like that. I didn't know at that time. I never knew that niggas was hacking as a collective in NGG. Like a group of niggas was like, let's install some hacks and go out and kill niggas. I thought that shit was amazing. That's really why I started doing that shit with Chaos. Chaos is really like a mini BBS. I saw what BBS and Maddox was doing, and I kind of wanted to emulate it in my own style. So I started teaching them niggas how to hack, how to get away with it, how to sit now a couple of them, I'm gonna verify a couple Chaos members because y'all probably like shit. This nigga had all of them hacked. Like Smokey was legit. I'll tell you straight up. I have no reason to lie years after. Smokey was one of our legit Chaos members. I'd be trying to pass that nigga hacks, and he'd be like, nah, fuck that shit. So Smokey was, you can actually see in his YouTube videos, he's not aimbotting or using any kind of health hack or anything. Like he was legit. So if Smokey shitted on you, you really got shitted on. But I ain't gonna put names out there, but the niggas know who they are. Cause I don't know what stories they went and told. They probably went around and lied about it and said they was legit. I don't want to put no one name out there, but Niggas who I was giving them axe to, you know who you are. You know who you are. You're running around with this Suey Chaos Pack. He was running around with the Chaos Pack. And the Chaos Pack, let me tell y'all what the Chaos Pack included. Now, some of y'all got y'all hands on it now. The Chaos Pack included obviously Chaos Run, the famous Chaos Run. Everybody know Chaos Run.cs. If you don't have Chaos Run.cs, I don't know what to tell you. But that, I ain't even gonna flex. That's not my original mod. I took it off of something else and I changed it. I found like this Run Clio mod somewhere and I modified it because it was too fast for NGG. And it would be obvious that when I made Chaos Run, because I don't know, most of y'all probably don't know. I brought that shit to NGG. I'm the reason why niggas is running so fast on NGG is because of Chaos Run. So if you see a motherfucker, you can't catch them and you know they hacking, I start that shit too. Anyways, so Chaos Run, yeah, I found this shit off of GTA Forums or GTA Net or one of those websites or whatever, and it was too fast for NGG. So I opened it up in Sandy Builder or whatever the fuck the thing was back then. I don't know what they use now. Opened it up and I just changed that little value. And I only wanted something that could make me run to where I wouldn't run out of stamina. So the original Chaos Run was never to boost my speed. It was just to make it so I did not run out of stamina. So eventually I tuned it up a little bit and made it so I was slightly faster than the average character. And I made it that way strategically for a reason, so admins could not catch me. So there would be some kind of doubt that they could have, like that I could fall back on. Because if a nigga's running 200 miles an hour, then you know he's hacking. But if a nigga's just running slightly faster than you, then there's some shadow of a doubt there. So I played off of that a lot of times with NGG was just shadow of doubt. And yeah, I ran with that mod for a while. And then I started seeing other people getting their own versions of it. A lot of people will know you're hacking, so they kind of go find their own version of it. So I saw other people getting their own versions and shit. And I was like, fuck, everybody fast now. So that's when I started passing the pack out in my gang. I was like, shit, everyone fast, Grove Street fast. I'm hacking. So of course I can see who else is hacking. Like, if a motherfucker's running faster than me and I had speed hacks on, that means you're hacking. There's no doubt about it. Like, there's no defense to it. One thing I do regret about my NGG career that I look back on, I look at some of my old videos, I say I regret doing that. I regret snitching on people. Like, I don't like snitching. I don't like snitches, but and I had to think back onto why did I do that? Like, why did I snitch? Because snitching is something that's just not in my blood. Why did I go tell the admins that this motherfucker was hacking when I had hacks? I remember now. It's because them motherfuckers was dirty, bro. They was grimy. They was reporting my gang for hacks, doing secret reports. And I remember admin came down to my channel. It's all over now. So I'll tell you, it was Sang. Sang, that nigga, he helped the motherfucker a lot. Sang is really the sole reason BHT made it as far as it did, because when Yusui Chaos was getting in a lot of trouble and they was talking about giving us a strike or trying to do something, Sang was a head admin at the time with a lot of power. And he'd pull me out of a lot of fucking situations because we was cool. Anyway, he told me about some motherfuckers in BBS who was trying to report us for hacks and shit. So was it BBS or it was one of them hacking gangs at the time? One of them gangs that was hacking a lot, like openly and shit. It was trying to report us for hacking. Was it BBS? Mofu Johns. Yeah, it was them motherfuckers. It was the Mofu Johns. Them motherfuckers used to hack like. Now I can't speak for Semi now. And Semi will never admit. I think till this day, Semi Mofu John is full of shit, bro. Like, he is probably one of the biggest niggas who I had beef with in NGG history. Is everyone remembers that Yusui and Semi did not get along. Sammy portrayed himself as some kind of real hood thug street nigga, and I could not stand that shit. I'm like, bro, we're on a fucking video game. Stop trying me on some hood street shit. This is never gonna devolve to that level. Like, if you claim to be hood and you claim to be street, but you online trying to show that image, portray that image to everybody, we got a problem. Obviously, ain't something hood or street about you where you're. Anyway, beside that shit, Semi Mofu John was full of shit, and we used to get into it all the time. And if he did hack, I think even to this day, type of nigga who he is, he probably would never admit that shit. At least I'm gonna come back years later and be like, yeah, y'all got me. Yeah, I was hacking. But y'all knew I was. It's not really something I have to admit. But if there's still a shadow of doubt in your mind, yeah, I fucking hacked. Yeah. I was probably one of the biggest hackers. Where I was successful is I kept a lot of my real dirt low key. Like niggas did not really know what Yasui was up to. When I was duping, I wasn't telling people how to dupe or none of that. Wasn't telling people how I got the money. I was lying to them, saying, "Oh, I did this, did that." I really duped the shit. Niggas was wondering where the billions came from, where all the mats came from. Duped it. I had so much money. I passed money to the whole gang. I gave everyone 500 mil. This is back when 500 mil used to be something. Niggas, a 500 mil could probably sell for $500 back then. Oh, not five, probably like probably like 2 or 300 back then. Now, before NGG shut down, 500 mil was probably worth what, a couple bucks, what, like 20, $30 for 500 mil? I don't know, but yeah, the money was worth something back then. And I passed 500 mil to every, what was it, 500? I think I passed 200 mil to every R5 plus in BHT. And the reason I did that was it was a loan. I wanted everyone's banks capped out. And I think I bought everyone gold VIP or some people. I remember buying Joshi gold VIP. I bought a couple motherfuckers gold VIP, like permanent gold VIP. Permanent, not a renewal, real gold VIP. So yeah, I bought these motherfuckers gold VIP. Passed 200 mil to everybody. I really wanted to max out their checks, so everyone had a 200K check coming in every pay period in NGG. So them 200K checks was enough to keep you afloat because a nigga wasn't. Well, what was you get a check like every 30 minutes, every hour in game or some shit. A nigga wasn't spending that much in a couple hours in game, so those 200K checks is enough to really keep you flowing. But yeah, like hell yeah, pass them checks to everybody. The only person who didn't want to give me my money back one time was Matt P. Vinci. I don't know if some of y'all remember him. Now he's a motherfucker who I started to develop trust in, but he was not the motherfucker to be trusted. This was a shady individual now. Matt P. Vinci. This motherfucker, he was a rank 5 in BHT, but he was real shady. Like he was doing certain shit behind. I don't remember the details, but he was doing a lot of shit behind the scenes, some shady ass shit. So we dethroned that nigga. We took his R5 or whatever. He was trying to be slot holder. This is the thing, is that there's some niggas who was just too power hungry. Like you give them a little power, you give them rank 5, and then they want to be slot holder. They feel like they're qualified as a slot holder, as a rank 5, more qualified than anyone who is already a rank 6 or has been a rank 5 before you. And it's the case for a couple individuals like that. Like that's the case for a couple people. It wasn't only a case for Matt P. Vinci. I ain't gonna go into that though. What should I talk about now? Shit. I really don't want this to go over an hour because I'm trying to smoke. But I really supposed to be smoking right now. I just came on here. Shit. Fuck. Let me think. What I talk about? It's so much more I got to talk about. It's so much more truth behind Yasui Chaos too. I know there's niggas out here who don't give a fuck. Like, Yasui, nigga, who the fuck is Yasui? Nigga, you act like Yasui with somebody. I know, I get it. Fuck it. To me, Yasui Chaos was a big deal. At the time, I ain't gonna lie, I felt like I was one of the biggest, most iconic players of 2012. Like every year has a player that kind of breaks out and really becomes the central of controversy. And I feel like Jamal was one of them. At a point of time, Jamal was the center of controversy in NGG. He was the biggest controversial player. Everyone was posting FCs on him and his gang. We're trying to get them dethroned. Was at their necks. Who's another player like that? What's his name? That Maddox cat. I think it was the original Maddox. Semi. It's mostly gang leaders, but it's mostly slot holders. But it depends because there's some slot holders who are low key, and there's other ones who is just very controversial. The shit they say, the shit they do is like niggas is constantly at their throat. And Triads was shit, nigga. We was hacking for a long time. We was hacking. We was getting away with a lot of shit for a long time, and not even getting striked for it. We weren't even getting punished. I was an FC champion too. Like I was the Floyd Mayweather of FCs. Like you did not want to see me on an FC because I just go around with so much bullshit. I don't know if niggas used to remember how I used to do the FCs now. I had to get like when they put me in that position to be the leader of Triads, I felt like it was my job to not really lead Triads, but I was more of a political force in a sense. People forget that NGG is really just a microcosm of real life. Like I was really just a PR person of Triads. I'd say to say the person who really led Triads when I was slot holder was probably one of the rank fives or Lay. Lay was I feel like he was the leader to take serious. He was the guy who was about the role play and all that shit. And I was like the fuck that shit. So yeah. I was really just the person on the forum. I was the one talking to admins for BHT. I would be talking to the admins. I'd be on the forums defending BHT and shit like that. As far as in game, at first, I worked hard to rebuild Triads. The reason why Triads was so strong after Wu Ming and them left, people always wonder, like, why try? Oh, you must have mass recruited. I did mass recruit, but I mass recruited the right way. I remember that day. And this shit sound crazy. I skipped school that day that I became the official leader of Triads. Shit sounds stupid. I skipped school. Boy, I skipped school that day. When they gave me leader Triads, I skipped school, boy. I said, fuck that shit. I'm staying home. I'm about to rebuild the game. And I sat there and I posted ads having like hour interviews with each player. Really role playing. This is the most Yasui Chaos has probably ever role played in his entire fucking life, was doing them interviews for Triad. And I recruited, that was one of the biggest recruitments I've ever done. I've only done about 3 recruitments like that, in which I would recruit probably about 6 to 7 players a day, which was pretty good. And a lot of them would fall off quick. But the thing about the recruitment method that I used is I recruited everyone who lasted a very long time in Triads was there for my first couple days of recruitment. Like Lay was one of the first people that I recruited in the Triads. And he was one of the longest standing people in Triads. I recruited some really quality individuals. So y'all could say it was a mass recruitment, all y'all fucking want. I got some of the most quality players that went down in NGG history from that recruitment. So say whatever you want. A nigga, Yusui Chaos, I really stopped recruiting a lot after then, and I left. I really just wanted a strong basis, and I wanted to leave everything else to the other leaders and triads because I wasn't really made out for the leadership shit. Really, I didn't even want slot holder. I wanted to give that shit to somebody else. I wanted to abuse it a little bit. I wouldn't say abuse it, but I wanted to give it to somebody else. I just wanted to keep triads alive and pass that shit to someone else. That was really my plan. And at the time, I didn't feel like there was anyone who could deal with the admins and shit like that at the way I could. So I was scared to pass it to someone else. I didn't want to pass it to anyone else. And I didn't really have trust because, you could pass it to a motherfucker, then they find a way to dethrone you or have you casted out as a rank 6. So I couldn't trust the motherfucker neither. But shit. Hell yeah. I had a little space out moment. I'm having a space out moment. I'm trying to think. Man, it's just a lot of history. That's why I really wish I could be talking to somebody right now. I'm gonna definitely come back. I don't know who's gonna see this, but I'm gonna try to gather up some individuals who we could talk to on Discord, and we could all record for our YouTube channels. I'm sure Depio and those cats might want to do a recording for their own YouTube channels. Because their YouTube channel is way more popping than mine. Like any of those cats go live on their channels, they probably have some NGG people coming in there. So I'd really want to go live from one of their channels. Like just a discussion on Discord about NGG politics. I want some people to bring me up to speed on what's been going on with NGG since I left, because I'm left out of a lot of things. I want to know the drama, exactly why NGG. I saw a little bit of the message that Devin posted, and I'm hearing that there was some drama on the staff or whatever and an administrative team. I want to know what exactly happened for them to reach that, because for me, I was kind of shocked because I knew NGG was dying, but I thought I was surprised to see Devin suck it up and really just say fuck that shit so early. Because to my understanding, they were still generating like a little 100 players and shit every now and then, which is, it's not super popping, but for Samp at that time frame, 100 players is still a good little player base. So for him to say fuck that, I don't even want 100 players. I don't know. I'm kind of interested on what exactly made Devin make that decision. What was going on in NGG at the time to where that had to happen? Like, why isn't there more shit posted on YouTube? Like, this is why I had to say, like, to Devin's part, like, this motherfucker is too disconnected from the community. That's why NGG was such a bad server. Is really, I honestly have to blame Devin. Devin was very, very disconnected from the NGG community. I don't know. I can't speak for what was going on up there as an admin, but as a player, I will tell you that motherfucker was disconnected from NGG. Only time he used to come in game was, I don't even think the motherfucker had SAMP installed on his computer. And admin, like other executive admins used to make a joke out of that. Like, yo, when's Devin coming in game? Oh, Devin doesn't even have SAMP installed. Like that was a fucking running gag. Was the owner cared so little bit about the game that game made him so much money, because I'm pretty sure Devin has made at least I won't say, has it been $1 million? I don't know if it was $1 million. I've seen some numbers for some years. I think 2012, 2013 was some of his biggest years. Like really I'll tell you Devin's biggest money years. 2011, 2012, 2013. I think 2014 is where shit started to decline. The money train started to go down. But hold on, let me look at the chat. Everyone was quitting NGRP since it was trash, because I've been banned in NGRP in the last 2 weeks before shutting down. I get that, but people's been quitting NGG before. So it makes me really wonder, like, what it must be some key individuals who quit. It did not seem that it never resonated with Devin. It never resonated with Devin. I used to tell him, like, bro, do you really think that NGG is on top of a mountain? If you really, he could have saved NGG. NGG could have still had 200 or 300 player base in 2017 had he went about it the right way. This motherfucker did not know how to go about it. And he was just sitting on his high plateau and he just thought that everything was just great. He was living in the now. And the few times I used to be dragged into his little space, he used to travel around like the fucking president in TS. Like he used to go around with he always had to have an EA with him, one of his little minions, his little slave, and you couldn't even say nothing to this motherfucker without one of his EAs getting offended and trying to ban you for saying something to this motherfucker. Like it wouldn't even be Devin trying to ban me. I'd be like, Devin, you know this shit gonna die if you don't really. And then one of his EAs gonna be like, well, everyone always talks about NGG is dying. Well, look what fucking happened to NGG. Look what fucking happened. Man, I got banned for NGG. I got banned from NGG for logging in with the name Osama bin Laden. I didn't even plane bomb yet. I was gonna plane bomb. I'm not gonna lie. No. I don't even think I was gonna plane bomb. I think I was just trying to log in to see how they was gonna react to that shit. I don't remember if I was gonna plane bomb or not. No, I wasn't gonna plane bomb. And I remember I wasn't gonna plane bomb. I talked to a couple people and they was like, yeah, you know you was gonna plane bomb. That was what the argument was. The admin was like, oh, I banned you because I knew you were gonna plane bomb. I was like, how the fuck is that a reason to ban somebody? Because you think that I'm gonna do something? Can you let me do it? Nigga, I didn't even get in the plane yet. You could have banned me when I got close to the ground at least or something. Like, you can't just ban a motherfucker for you thinking that they about to plane. I was literally just on the account of Osama bin Laden running around. I was just running around. I think I was even role playing. I was literally role playing, like interacting with people. Role playing. When the fuck does Yusui Cal role play? And the thing is that people have another thing with NGG is that I remember one time I got jailed, and I think this on my YouTube channel too. I got jailed for role playing. I got jailed for role playing. I said, and that's why I stopped role playing, was because I think it was this exact moment where I said fuck role play. Because I don't get jailed when I DM, but I get jailed when I role play. Fuck that shit. I'm just gonna DM. That at that point, that cemented it for me. And I remember this scenario. I was at the gas station with some cops. Which gas station was it? It was the one far north of LS, the one by like I think it's around like a Burger King. What is that shit called in game? A burger, whatever that burger place is. Burger joint. I forgot the name of it. Anyway, it was around there. And I think they was role playing like a fire was going on or something. I don't know what they was role playing. I just pulled up to role play. So I pulled up and I was like, let me get some gas. Because I saw some players that I was like, all right. So I started role playing, getting gas. Then they start telling me, oh, don't you see us role playing a fire here? Nigga, do you understand that role play is just text? So whatever the fuck y'all was typing before I got there, I'm not gonna know what the fuck y'all was typing unless you tell me when I get there. So how you gonna that's like you role playing. They was role playing a fucking fire being there, and I was just supposed to know upon arrival to a gas station that they had a fire there. Nigga, there's no text logs of what y'all was doing before I got here. So you got to tell me on beat chat or whatever, oh, this is what we was doing. But even if that was the case, you have to RPly tell me, can you move? You can't OOCly deem this as non-RP. What if I was crazy? What if I was crazy and I just wanted to step into a fire? You didn't tell me where the fire was. He never dictated. He just jailed me. We never even had a conversation. He was like, oh, a fire was here. So I'm just going, and you came here to role play. Apparently they said that there was no way for me to role play getting gas. That was power gaming because the gas station blew up or some shit. I was like, okay, if that's the case, then y'all could just role play me being a crazy motherfucker. Be like, oh, that motherfucker crazy. He think he getting gas. He don't see the gas station blowed up. Like, there's a way to role play shit. You don't just automatically take shit to OOC. And that was my problem with NGG, is that they had no leeway for a motherfucker who wanted to role play something out of the norm. Like, if you ever tried to role play, because it's like they didn't realize that shit like this happens in real life. Like, shit, like there are legitimate crazy motherfuckers who will do some shit that is unjustified. And just because they do that, and it's not like, there's two different types of that. There's a motherfucker who want to use that excuse to DM. Now that's different. I get that. As an admin, if a motherfucker just wants to role play a cold-blooded killer 24/7, that's a problem. But if I'm me role playing being at a gas station has nothing to do with any of that. Like, I don't know. I ain't about to get on. Fuck that shit, bro. Thinking about this shit just make me mad. It makes me start thinking about some of the core issues with NGG. This shit was just, like you said, NGG is fucking cancer. That shit is cancer. That's why I had to quit. NGG stressed me out in real life. The shit that I had to deal with, I always be at school thinking, I'm gonna come home and my gang is gonna be disbanded. They just gonna be gone. I'm gonna come home. There's gonna be no more triads. And at that time, at the age of 15, 16, I'm 23 now. At the age of 15, 16, NGG is my life. I'm gonna just keep it real. If you can't admit, if you play NGG for as long as I have for years, and you can't admit that NGG was your life at some point, period, in time of your life, you gotta really, you really are delusional. You're delusional. That's the only thing I'll tell you. You're delusional. NGG was my life. Smokey can't lie and tell you NGG wasn't it. We used to clown Smokey. This man, Smokey loved NGG so much. This man used to run home from school. He'd get off the bus and run home from school to get to his computer to get the point. He would get, this nigga would literally get off the bus from school. His friends, only reason we knew about this because there was another motherfucker named Z Chaos and Triads, and he was basically the Joshi to Smokey. He, like, Joshi knew me in real life and everything. Z knew this motherfucker in real life. They used to go to school together and everything. So Z used to tell us, he opened up the window one day, saw this motherfucker Smokey getting off the bus, running home from school, bro. And point is just about to go down. And this nigga get to TS, and the first thing you just hear him, user joined your channel. This nigga breathing heavy as fuck. Did I miss point? We was fucking dead, bro. I will never forget that day. This nigga Smokey ran home, boy. What point? Now you can't tell me NGG wasn't your fucking life, bro. And that shit was my life. I ain't gonna flex. This shit stressed me out as a young, cause I was like, I was a leader of this gang, this big gang at the age of 15, 16. That shit had an effect on me. I was leading, I feel like you could put that shit on a job application almost. Like, I was legitimately leading hundreds of players. I log on at any point of time and there would automatically be like 10 to 15 players that had to answer to me. That I'm not gonna say had to answer to me, but wanted to talk to me or something. Like, I was legitimately their leader. So, especially if you played NGG as a slot holder or an admin or any kind of elevated position beyond just a normal player or some kind of high ranking in a faction or something like that, NGG has had a bigger effect on you because you you had some kind of, I won't say manipulation, you had some kind of control over the player base. There's a small group of players within the major player base that you had control over that answer to you. So you was kind of a leader in a sense. So at the age of 15, 16, I'm leading this gang. That shit was like my life, bro. That shit was so much fun. That shit was so much fun. I don't think anyone could say I was like a shitty leader. Like, I was cool. I let you do whatever you wanted to do in the game. I wasn't power hungry or really thirsty or anything for that matter. Like, I didn't really care. Um I just wanted you to make BHT look good. That's all I really cared about at that time. Uh, hell yeah. What else? Let me look at some of my old vids, see if I can think of anything, any situations. So let me see. I want to talk about some other things. I'm probably gonna talk about some other shit in another video, like I said, but the Chris situation. I don't know if anyone remembers the Chris situation. I just looked at my YouTube channel, saw something random. There's a couple situations in my career of NGG in which I'm most known for. I think the Chris situation, I think people remember that. How the fuck did that go down? Let me look at this video real quick, see if I could re-jog my memory. Okay, I remember instantly. I just see this motherfucker flying around in a hunter. Now I know what the fuck happened. This motherfucker, Chris, boy. I now what were Triads doing there? I don't remember what. Oh, we were breaking Smokey out of jail. I remember that. We were breaking Smokey out of prison. And now breaking players out of prison was very controversial. Like, it was always a lot of admins involved and a lot of shit involved in breaking a player out of jail. And it was really nothing that, like, they wanted to admit, NGG didn't want to admit like that it was something that could happen. And I get their logic because it's certain things in NGG that if you give players an ability to do, they're always gonna abuse that shit to its fullest. They're always gonna abuse that shit. Like, if you make a player think that, okay, it is role play to fucking break a player out of jail, it is role play to do that. But if you let the general masses think that, everyone, anytime someone goes to jail, people's gonna be there to break out any motherfucker who ever goes to jail. Now, statistically, it is unrealistic for every player that goes to jail to be broken out of jail. That's unrealistic. So now we're encountering a problem role play. But that's why I said I feel like it should be done on a person by person basis. Like Smokey Chaos, technically, he is a high ranking member of Triads, well respected, high ranking, rank 5. No, I think he was a rank 6 at the time, rank 6 of Triads. Now, what is Triads? Triads is a Asian gang, very cutthroat. We're more organized. We're not like Grove Street. Like, Grove Street is not about, it's not really role play for a gang like Grove Street to go break a motherfucker out of jail. But a gang like Triads, yeah, then we're like a mafia type gang. We're the ones who rival the government. We're like, fuck the government, fuck all that shit. Yeah, gangs like Grove Street do that too, but it's more on an ignorant, like, they more some little street thugs. It's a difference between a street thug and a mafia type of gang. We are more of a mafia. So I convinced the admins with that basis to let us break them out. So they let us do that shit. The thing is sometimes is that even when you do convince the admins, they're gonna do everything in their power to secretly not allow that to happen. So they was instantly, those admins left that channel and they went right into the faction channels and basically told the faction members to prepare for us to break somebody out of jail, giving them OOC knowledge of something shit that's about to go on way before it goes on. So Chris logs on He spawns himself a fucking hunter and literally teleports. Literally, we're in the middle of breaking this motherfucker out. We just role played this whole fucking scenario of us breaking in and we having a shootout with the cops. And this motherfucker literally just TPs a hunter out of thin air to our role play situation, guns us the fuck down, and then after he guns us down, he TPs to us. We're reporting like, yo, what the fuck? Like, that's some bullshit. He TPs to us and he's like, oh, y'all not about to just go break into a prison. That's not role play. I'm like, so wait. It was just some bullshit, bro. I don't remember the whole situation, but I just remember he TPing 100. I'm like, bro, there's no way you could justify that. I don't give a fuck what you say we was doing. It was approved by admins, and apparently he heard about it later on, and he didn't agree with the approval. So instead of him going at, he felt the need. He explained it to me that he felt the need to deal with it RPly. I was like, what the fuck? The type of shit these admins be on would just have you sit there like literally face palm. Not even face palm. I think I was face desking when I heard that shit that he told me that he heard from the admins that I was about to break into the prison. And he got so mad to the point of where he teleported on his admin account RPly. So he RPly teleported to us. NGG is a fucking joke, bro. This is a EA too. This is a top admin apparently, like one of their highest fucking admins. A EA. Man, fuck this nigga ass, boy. Nigga talking about teleporting. Oh yeah, I role playly teleported to you guys because this nigga literally changed his admin account name to a role play name, teleported. Oh man, I think that was another moment of realization of. There's been a couple moments within my career of Yasui Chaos in which I realized how much of a piece of shit that NGG really was. The server as a collective, and that was one of the moments. Encountering the EA having to come up with some bullshit logical reason for why they did some fuck shit. And just to watch him tap dance and squirm was just so fucking funny. I'm sitting here confronting him to his face, like, yeah, so why'd you TP 100 to me? Oh, well, if you do report to Devin, Devin's not gonna do anything. He's gonna be on my side. Gangs shouldn't be fucking break like fuck out of here, bro. Fuck out of here. And then when an admin tells you, when you tell an admin that they wrong, and then they tell you, okay, well, feel free to post the FC, they just know that it's like this nigga here, but I want to slap that bitch ass nigga. There's a couple NGG niggas if I ever caught out in the streets, I would slap them. And Chris is one of them niggas, bro. I ain't go flex. Even now, at my age of 23, just turned 23. This being some shit that happened when I was 16. I'll still slap that nigga Chris. If I ever seen that nigga Chris out in the streets, I was slapping his fucking bitch ass nigga, but can't stand an NGG admin. And then it's over time. And a player's time of playing NGG, it's always great when you first start playing NGG. Like you get an adrenaline rush, you love that shit. And then later on, as the months and years go on into your NGG career, and you start to gain more wealth in the server, more notoriety in the server, more players know your name, you're a bigger influence, a bigger impact on the server, you start to realize how much of a bullshit server you're really playing. Like how bullshit all of this shit really is just a bunch of like I used to laugh. I used to get I used to just look. I remember looking at the staff roster. Some nights before I would go to sleep, I'd just look at the staff roster and just laugh, kind of like a maniac. I literally be sitting behind my computer looking at the NGG staff roster, like, this is a fucking joke. Like the way they would put all this shit together, it's almost sickening. As a player, you play in NGG, and it's almost sickening. It almost make you sick to your fucking stomach. You looking at this fucking roster of all of these people who are put up on this pedestal. And it's really these fucking 13 and 14-year-olds who you got to respect, these little fucking idiots who it just makes you develop such a distaste for NGG. Like I'm looking at the staff roster, seeing nothing but 13 and 14-year-olds, admins. Do you expect them to really be good admins, and good in the sense of like really care about your best interest? That's one of the biggest problems with NGG and administrators. Look at successful businesses and successful games. Like, we're talking about big games. Like, games usually have a community manager. Most admins who are in these games, most moderators and shit, they're not people who play the game. They hire people from outside sources, usually people who aren't even into games, to come and be an administrator for the forums and stuff for the game. Why do they take that approach rather than finding a player who currently plays the game and making them an admin versus finding someone who doesn't play the game at all and making them an admin? Why do certain successful games take the latter approach? I'm going to tell you why. It's because when you give a motherfucker who plays the game power in the game, do you think they're not going to utilize and abuse that power to forward their own agenda, like whatever they want to do in the game? Like they always wanted a bunch of money. So you know what they're going to do as an admin? They're going to find a way to funnel money to their fucking player account. That's what they're going to do. They're going to abuse this shit. They're going to jail all the people who they didn't like before they were admin. They're going to be biased. They're going to sit there and spectate the motherfucker who DM'd them when they were level 1 noob. Oh, now I'm an admin. What are you going to do to me now? You DM'd me when I was a level 1 noob. Now I'm a big, bad fucking admin. Now they done gave a nigga some power. I'm in the house now. I'm a fucking admin now. What do you think that player's going to do? They're going to go jail that motherfucker. They're going to spectate that motherfucker all day. I know, because I was the motherfucker that they were spectating. They gonna spectate that motherfucker all day and wait for that nigga just to fucking swap his weapon before that shit hits 0 bullets. You know, doing that can get you jailed in NGG. Swapping your weapon before it reaches down to 0 bullets is something that they gonna find some reason to fucking jail your bitch ass. That's what's gonna happen. They're gonna find some reason to jail your fucking bitch ass. And you're gonna be sitting in jail wondering. But yeah, so that was the main issue, that you had all these fucking admins that didn't really give a fuck about the server. That they just wanted to abuse that power to, and it's something that Devin would never see. He either never saw it or never gave a fuck, because he was too busy getting his little ass pics, his little dick pics and shit like that from all the little kids in NGG. I get it. Cool. He never gave a fuck. Yeah, I legitimately think that the culture up there in the TCH, the cock house or whatever the fuck they had going on, the dick house, dick in the booty house, they was just so focused on getting ass pics from little kids, getting dick pics from underage children, that they never really gave a fuck about what was going on in the server. And I felt like maybe Devin even felt like I don't know if he knew that average players had a dislike for Devin. Like the average player, this is really one of the only communities where the average player did not like the server owner. Like you could just ask any fucking person in NGG. They probably wouldn't admit it actually. Now I think about it, they're not going if you ask them within an NGG setting, hey, what do you think about Devin? They'd probably just laugh because they'd probably be thinking they're being set up or recorded or something. They probably just laugh like, what do I think about Devin? But the laugh is because no one likes the motherfucker. No one in the community. I cannot meet a motherfucker who was outside of the admin team who liked Devin. Now you might say, oh, players not supposed to like Devin. Why is that? Because the Devin's I don't know. I'm not even gonna get into that. If you think that players aren't supposed to like the server owner, more power to you. I'm not even gonna argue against that. I don't feel fuck that shit. But look, no one liked that motherfucker. It was a lot of core issues that was going on with NGG. Even way back in 2015, NGG been having problems since the fucking beginning. But core problems with NGG was really Devin, the admin team and Devin. And like I said, I don't think Devin really. I think there's a point of time where he stopped giving a fuck. Whether it's because he knew, even admins, it's sad. Some of the closest people who sat next to Devin had and Devin just didn't trust anyone either. But some of the closest people to Devin did not like the motherfucker. Was sneaking around and that's why they was always snooping around. And what scared NGG is that, and BBS and Triads brought this wave to NGG too, was when players gangs started separating from their main forums. Gangs started going off and creating their own forum pages, their own TeamSpeak servers and stuff like that. And why would you would wonder why would they do this when NGG provides why would you dip in your pockets? Why did my gang had its own website. What was it called? Blackhandtriads.com. I think that was it. Blackhandtriads.com. We had our own website. We had our own forums. I kind of want to restore the forums for nostalgic purposes, but I don't think anyone really gives a fuck about it anymore. They've been asking me for the files to the forums. I still have the files. If anyone cares about it, I'll feel free to give you the files to the forums. We have thousands of posts on that forums, thousands of posts. So someone somewhere probably cares about some of the shit on that forums. Why did I go and buy a web hosting server and post? Yeah, why did I go buy a web hosting server and create our own gang forum? Now, the reason I did this was because honestly, I didn't feel safe on NGG shit. I felt like I could be banned at any time. It was no security. As a player on NGG, there was never any kind of sense of security. Like, okay, I'm good. Even if you was a legit player, because even before I hacked, I always felt like always felt scared of something. Like I could be jailed at any minute, and that thrill is a lot of players thrive on that thrill. Like I could be jailed at any second. Like that's literally how you felt playing NGG, was you could be jailed at. That's why motherfuckers had to start frapsing. What type of game do you have to fraps 24/7? Motherfuckers literally had to start, and this is before, now it's normal. This is before the shadow plays, and People don't remember how gaming was before all of this shadow play and all this extra bullshit now. Niggas' computers were not beefy enough back in this time to sit here and record 24/7 gameplay. So imagine the amount of shit that players and admins were getting away with. You could run up in a motherfucker. NGG became a point of time where you couldn't run up in a motherfucker face and DM anymore because they always had fraps running. There was a point of time, like, we got to talk about paradigm shifts in NGG2. Players don't think about all this shit. I'm the motherfucker who thinks about all this shit. The average Joe, the average player does not think about the history of NGG. They just play the shit and they never think about it. I always used to think about the history of NGG. How did this happen? How did this come about? Why did players start doing this? Why did players start doing that? There was a point of time where players never used to record every fucking second of gameplay on NGG. You could go up to a motherfucking DM them. Then I remember there being a point of time where I couldn't do that no more because I had to come up with some reason to kill a motherfucker because they always recorded. You go up to Richard Vane, he's always frapsing. There's no way you could catch Richard Vane not frapsing. There's no way you could catch Yusui Chaos not frapsing. Now, I'm always frapsing, but you could definitely catch me, which a lot of players didn't know at the time. They assumed I was frapsing because of my YouTube channel and everything, but they didn't know that they could blatantly hack against me because I couldn't upload a lot of those videos anyway because I was hacking like a motherfucker. If I was, it was to the point where I couldn't even post form complaints on people no more. Niggas would do shit to me and get away with it because in the video of me catching them doing the shit, I'm hacking. I got name tags on and all that shit. And I was the slot holder, so I couldn't upload it. But fuck. There was a paradigm shift to where players had to start fraps and had to start recording every second of gameplay. And I think it was like a major complaint that went down or something. A lot of players tuned into this play. There's a couple player complaints that happen every year, every couple months that hit mainstream in NGG, like mainstream airwaves. Like, oh, did you see this FC on this guy here? Did you see how they resolved it? Everyone is tuning in to see how that FC gets resolved. So I think it was an FC kind of like that, where the admin basically said, prove that you're innocent. And this is why niggas started having to record everything. It was the admin said, prove your innocence. Prove that you did not do what them niggas told you that you did. Prove it. Then you be sitting there lost. You wouldn't know how you gonna prove some shit that you didn't really do. Yeah, man. Well, my only viewer is gone now, so goddamn, now I'm just talking to myself. But it's all good. We're gonna keep this shit rolling for a little bit until I get bored. Well, all right, so what am I talking about now? We talk about let me look at my channel. I always get good ideas from my channel. If I just see a video, I'm like, whoa, it might remind me of some shit. I think I have some old videos. I think I put most of my videos public now, but I have some old videos that I really couldn't upload or I had to make private. I'm gonna try to make all my videos public if anyone gives a fuck. But let's see. I'm gonna put my Discord up. If anyone wants to add me on Discord, please do. I don't know how this will appear on the live. Yusui Chaos. What is my Discord? 5680. I think that's it. But feel free to add me. And streamer mode is enabled. Okay. So, is that my Discord? 5680? Yeah, that is my Discord. Clear. Yeah, what's up? It isn't working. It's Sui Chaos 5680. That is my Discord. I don't know if you copied and pasted in there. I noticed YouTube put like, oh, okay, I got a friend request. There you go. But yeah. Niggas don't ever think about the history of NGG, like I said, though. Like, this shit really has history. It's a lot of different things that went down, a lot of different changes, gradual changes, some changes that happened overnight. There's a couple rules that I think is a couple honorable mentions in there, a couple rules that were established or changed because of my doing. One of them was the cover rushing rule. I don't know if anyone remembers that, but this was a rule invented solely because of me, because of Yusui Cap. They made NGG made a rule because of me. I'm gonna tell y'all how that shit went down. I ran up in Chris Williams' face. Boom, 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 blasted the motherfucker down, killed him. And he sat there and he thought about that shit. He was like, this is what admins do. This is why I say that it's never good to make someone who is a player a fucking admin, because any situation in which they die or anything happens to them in game as a player, they're gonna find a way to bring admin powers into that situation. So I sat there and I shat it on Chris, put it on my YouTube channel and everything. He sat there, he said, let me see if I can find something wrong with what he did to kill me. This is the biased thinking that goes in their head. If you look for something wrong, you're gonna find something wrong. So that's why the NGG was bullshit, because you couldn't even kill certain players like Nicholas Harm. I know some of y'all seen that video on my YouTube page. This motherfucker just finds me out of nowhere, runs me over with his FBI rancher, runs me over, blatantly runs me over. It's not like he accidentally did it or he whatever or lag. He blatantly sees me, runs me over. I pull out my gun like any other player would do. You look at any fucking players, this is what people do in NGG. I don't know when, since running over someone is not a legitimate reason to kill someone. But if a player just blatantly runs over you, first of all, that's car ramming. You're not supposed to just hit somebody with your car like that. Anyway, no, I think it's car ramming if you keep doing it. Anyway, he runs me over. I pull out my gun and I start shooting him. The nigga jails me for KOS. What? What? Shit like that. And you run around with a server where half the people, I guess Devin lost count because he started giving SM out for dick pics. So he probably lost count of how many server mods were in the server. But there was a point where you had half of the fucking player base is literally some kind of shape or form of an admin, whether they're an admin, a secret admin, a fucking server moderator, a community advisor. Everybody was something. So it's like nothing could go down in the server. Everything that happened was this big political bullshit. And it was a point of time where playing NGG just wasn't fun anymore. Because anytime I killed a player, I know now this I feel like we should have coined a phrase for this feeling. And I know all of us get this feeling in the back of our neck, like you tense up a little bit. Every time you kill a player, it's that moment of where you kind of tense up waiting to be jailed. Like, it doesn't matter if you legitimately, it don't matter how legitimate that shit is. You could have killed someone, pure role play, 30 minutes of role play involved everything. You always the back of your neck gonna tense up. The second that player, they body drop and they fall and they're dead, you tense up for a second, wondering like, shit, am I about to be jailed? I think we should coin a phrase for whatever that feeling is. We should call that shit something like the little NGG, something like, oh shit, am I finna be jailed? Boom, you in jail. Then they made appeal in jail so fucking hard. Like, the shit was bullshit. You get jailed. This shit was just some bullshit, but I don't know how else to put it. That was just some bullshit, but straight up bullshit. I think maybe I should have just went to an alt account and started DMing to fulfill my to fulfill my satisfaction. Cause that's all it really was. It was just a thrill, a chase, going around DMing. Like literally, yeah, we was fucked up. We used to really just we would go out robbing truckers, and it would literally that I don't know if any of the original chaoses remember this shit. We used to go out on daily DM sprees. That's what they really were with DM sprees. We would put it up under the cover as robbing truckers though. Like we just out here robbing trucks. That's what we would tell the admin. Because the admins would pull up on us like, yo, we just saw y'all kill 3 players in 3 minutes. What are y'all doing? Y'all just blatantly DMing? No, we're robbing truckers. So why'd you kill them? Oh, they didn't comply. That of course a trucker's not gonna fucking comply. We abuse that. We abuse that. We used to see the truckers, man. They'll see us there. They'll be squirming, boy. We'll be sitting right there waiting for that motherfucker. Waiting for that motherfucker in SF tunnels. That motherfucker will just see our name tags and you'll just see them start squirming like it, man. That's the thrill we'd get out of robbing truckers. Sometimes I ain't even want us to fucking kill the truck. I just want to see how they react when they see all them black suits sitting at the end of the SF tunnel. Some of them, they reaction just be fucking funny. Like they just be, some of them, you don't even have to DM them. Some of them already know what's about to go on and they gonna pull out a gun and start shooting at you. Then you shoot back and you get jailed for DM. That's how that shit go down. Hell yeah, boy, that shit used to be so much fun. Boy, that shit right there. I cannot believe the amount of history and the importance that this shit has. Like, this shit has a lot of fucking history, bro. A lot of history. Well, I think I'm about to go soon. I'm trying to see if I can find one little topic left for me to talk about. Dropping cops. Okay. That's what really made that's honestly my Dropping Cops series is what made Yasui Chaos popping. It's what made Yasui Chaos popping. Now, only thing I want to say about Dropping Cops real quick before I go is, yes, I'm the one who started that whole like montage thing for Samp of putting together a bunch of clips of DMing. I'm pretty sure niggas was doing it, but I was really one of the first ones who did that shit. And I don't think anyone will say otherwise to that. Like Depio, all those guys, they tell me that I'm the one. They saw my YouTube. I used to talk to them. They used to tell me that they would look at my channel and they would be influenced to make those videos. And yes, they're way better at making those videos than I ever was. Partially because you got to understand that most of my time spent in putting these videos together, I could have did a better job because I'm actually fairly good at video editing. I won't say I'm a deputy or any of them because some of their videos are really nice. Like Steven, Rick Chaos, their videos are really well put together, good quality, good everything. But most of my time spent with making dropping cops was editing all the shit of me toggling my hacks on and off throughout the video. I had to literally spend hours editing, cutting frames, chopping frames out and shit. So it couldn't be as popping as I wanted it to be because I spent so much time hiding the fact that I was hacking. Like aimbot, I gave up on the aimbot shit because anytime I would aim at someone, it would. So I would just play on ignorance. Really, it would be hard to tell if someone is using an aimbot by looking at they footage if you've never used one yourself. So in a lot of those situations, I just play on ignorance and be like, all right, well, the average player don't know what one of those look like. So the fuck, I'm just gonna post this shit. But niggas and that shit backlash. There was niggas in the comment section like, yo, the aimbot, bro. I was like, fuck. At a certain point in time, I just changed the title from Yusui Chaos Dropping Cops Part 1 to Yusui Chaos Dropping Cops with Aimbot. Because I was just so tired of niggas thinking that they was exposing me. Like, nigga, I know I'm aimbotting. Everyone in my gang knows I'm hacking. What are you exposing? Like, that's what I never understood. The whole expose Yusui Chaos, like I openly hacked. How do you expose someone who is openly hacking? Like, I didn't try to hide it. I can understand if I tried to hide that shit. Like, oh, he lying. He out here flexing like he don't hack. Like, nah, bro. I used to tell niggas I hack. Now I'm not gonna tell you I hack. If you asking me, oh, you sue accounts, do you hack? And we in a channel full of admins or people who I think are trying to record and trying to. Of course, I'm not gonna admit it then. But there's nobody who could say that I lied about that shit. If I was in a position where I didn't have to lie, like I wasn't slot holder anymore and shit, now I don't have to lie about hacking no more because I'm not slot holder. So yeah, I hacked. But you're not finna get me to be like, oh yeah, I hacked while I'm a slot holder and everybody's out to fucking get me. Like, fuck that. But yeah, really, thing about hacking is you don't hack in massive crowds either. I'm looking at my dropping cops video. How did I get away with hacking so much? Okay. I tried to stay away from hacking in massive crowds of people. Like I wouldn't really tall on it. I would know my opponent too. I'm not gonna do it in front of people or in front of people who I think are questionable and shit like that. And then I would never do it in front of a crowd. So what I would do is if I ever got into a situation where I'm in a crowd of people and it's time to toggle on some hacks, like in Dropping Cops Part 1, you see where I'm being confronted with by all those police officers right by the SF airport area, the little tunnel that it's like the entry to SF. It's like a bunch of SF cops lined up coming after me. Now I run away. I totally run away. I think I dropped like one of them. I ran away and I slowly picked them off one by one. That was really my tactics to fighting massive groups of people. I don't know if people remember the one man Yasui army. Like I was a hacker, but a lot of it was skill too. People don't like, I hate that just because a nigga used a couple hacks that niggas don't like to give credit where it's due. I was a hacker, but I was a really good shooter as well. Like there was a lot of people running around in NGG with the hacks that I had, but they couldn't do it as clean as I did it. They couldn't do it in a way where they could get away with it. And it was clean. Like I was a slot holder. I was a clean hacker. Niggas could not catch me doing that shit. And I was fine with it. I was a good shot. I didn't really need aimbot. I was fine. I've been fine at SAMP for years, crack shooting all that shit without aimbot. It's because I stopped giving a fuck about SAMP and about the server, and everyone else was on an aimbot. That's why I started using that shit. As far as the other hacks and shit, like health hacks, I had developed my own private health hack a couple times. I remember the first time the major health hack was patched, which was just a Khalil mod that freezed your HP. and you could toggle it on and off. I made a new Khalil mod that it didn't necessarily it worked the same way. It froze your HP, but I don't remember exactly what it was. But it was another little feature that was involved to kind of help freezing your health. And it was the new health hack that um it was the new way to health hack after they patched the original health hack. It was the new undetectable way to health hack. And I was one of the first people to figure out how to achieve that. It was a couple people who did it on other servers too, but I was the first one on NGG to bring that health hack to NGG. And I literally brought that shit there. Like I was doing that shit clean. HH check. They could not HH check me because it wasn't HH detectable. Oh, that's what it was. With Khalil's, there was a way to change I remember trying to research a way to um change what kind of damage affects what. And I was looking at the function for Khalil for freezing HP. And I noticed that function for freezing HP in Khalil had a couple parameters that you could modify to change whether you could take damage from being rammed by cars, explosive damage, bullet damage. So the only thing that I negated was bullet damage. So if an admin slapped me, I would take damage from falls. I'll take damage from being hit by a car. I'll take explosion damage. If an admin blew me up, I'll take that damage. But the only thing I could not take was bullet damage. That is if that was that shit was toggled on. Now admins caught on to that. And one thing that admins started trying to do is they would just TP you randomly and they would have like 5 admins spamming a minigun in that position that they TP you to. Now I've been caught in that one time. And the second they TP'd me, thank God my player character didn't my screen went black for a second, but my character didn't fully stream. The second my screen went black, I hit that little button, man. I was like, fuck that shit. Turned them hacks off real quick. Turned them fucking hacks off, but shit. Hell yeah. And then I remember after that situation, that's when I started getting scared of health hacking and shit. So I had made another function in Khalil that basically anytime my player model's coordinates would be set to something very like vastly different than what it previously was. That's something that you could not get. I could not get from LS to SF in 2 seconds if I'm not teleported by an admin type shit. So I basically set up the Clio in a way where it automatically toggled off my health hacks had I was teleported by admins. So at that point in time, I was basically unstoppable. I had a health hack that was undetectable. No one could kill me if I didn't want them to kill me. I knew how to toggle it the right way. And it was really only some key shots that I would toggle my hacks on for. Like like certain attacks by a spaz 12 that I know I would lose too much HP. I'll toggle on for that real quick and then toggle that shit right back off. Like it would never be some people went stupid. They'd just toggle that shit on and run around all day. Like, nah, that's not how you do it. You gotta be smart and strategic with it. And that's how I got away with it for so damn long, being smart and strategic. Oh, and don't hack at points. Don't hack at points neither. Like niggas be thinking to run up and that's the main time people get caught hacking is at points. Because you're constantly involved in the OOC shootout. So if you're hacking that point, that's one of the easiest ways to get caught. That's actually the time where they be watching you the most is when you go to point because they know you're going to die, you're going to go back. They got a lot of time to sit there and watch you to see if you hacking. And they used to love doing that to BHT. The admins would know when points about to happen before even the players did. Because they'd be like, oh, shit. Oh, MF1? Okay, we know BHT is going to MF1. All right, so let's goddamn let's go ahead and spectate the key players, the Yusui Chaos, the Smokey, all of that shit. Start spectating. Watching ass niggas. But yeah, dropping cops though. That shit was interesting, man. Dropping cops was I would say that kind of changed the direction my career went. I was known, but when I dropped the dropping cop shit in NGG, that's when I really blew up. A lot of players knew me. That's when a lot of players started hating me and shit like that. Especially if you was featured on dropping cops. Like those are the ones who the admins who later on went to ban me and shit like that. The admins that was featured on dropping cops, I think it was a couple of them. I'd have to go back through dropping cops and watch, but I think there's someone who I killed in dropping cops before they became an admin. Then they later on went to become an EA. And I killed them in dropping cop. And they told me that the reason they became an admin is because they saw me DMing blatantly, uploading that shit to YouTube, and nothing was getting done about it. So they felt the need to become an admin so they could change the way that shit worked. Now, if that's not the lamest shit you've ever, well, I can't say that's lame because, but it's just funny to see that I literally influenced a generation of admins as well. Like you could kill a player and that shit could come to bite you in the ass a year or two later. When that player that you killed becomes an admin, they come fucking jail your ass. Like that shit crazy, bro. That's how long a nigga's been playing NGG. The Crate Island videos were popular too. I'm looking at those. The ones where I used to go to Crate Island by myself. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's another thing. I did that shit, bro. Niggas was planning. I remember when Crate Island first came out, niggas used to plan these big elaborate raids on Crate Island. They'd go gather up like tons of fucking players and all get shitted on. Like Hunter, the second you get there, they dispatch a Hunter. They got a Hunter in the air, flying around, shitting on hundreds of players running in the Crate Island. Now I took a different approach. I knew that we could never be successful trying to go for crates that way. Because you have too many players, and all they're gonna do is they're gonna see all those player names running up to Crate Island, and they're gonna call backup from every faction, and they all gonna come down with the Hunters and Hydras and shit. First, they're gonna lock you in there, and then they're gonna get every faction outside of Crate Island with Hunters, Hydras, M4s, and Spas 12s, and tanks. And they're gonna blow your ass up, gun you down, and you're gonna be looking sad. I was like, shit, that's never gonna work. I'm just gonna go to Crate Island by myself. And that shit worked. I almost every time I went to Crate Island every time I went to Crate Island with Grove Street and BHT, I failed. We all died and we all went back empty-handed, no crates. But anytime I went to Crate Island by myself, I come back with a plane full of crates, all types of shit. Because it was easier. Like they see you just there as one person, so they're not gonna go get a Hunter right off bat and shit. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna come try you, come actually try to come tase you or come shoot you. So that would be the worst thing you can do is try to come tase me and shoot me, because you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna turn on some hacks. First, really for faction members, you didn't even need hacks to kill them. Faction members were the easiest fucking people to squeeze and just kill them because they suck. Only thing they teach you how to do in the factions, how to make an arrest, how to tase, and how to make an arrest. But they don't show you how to shoot a gun. That's why gang members always had the advantage on faction members. Faction members always used to wonder, like, why is it no matter what we do, you give us all these commands, you give us tackle, tase, all this bullshit, and we still cannot beat gang? Why is that? It's because gangs are shooting all the time. They're shooting other gangs, they're shooting faction members. Only thing y'all shooting at is y'all getting big groups and y'all spray M4s and spray weapons. Y'all not having tactical shootouts at point and shit like that. You'll never, one gang member would go shit on three faction members. And that's just straight facts. That's straight facts. Like one gang member will go shit on a whole swarm of faction members. The proper gang member could probably shit on a whole faction by themselves. And that's straight facts. And the faction members knew that. So that's why going to Crate Island by yourself was always better than going with an army. And I was one of the first players to see that really quick. Really quick. I started putting videos on YouTube of me doing it. Go on YouTube and look. No one put a video on YouTube of them going to Crate Island by themselves and soloing that shit before I did. No one. They got the idea they saw me post on the forums. I went by myself. Niggas, I will never forget, niggas was commenting on the forum like, this motherfucker's at Crate Island by himself getting a plane full of crates. Then motherfuckers started trying it and it started working. Especially if you're a strong shooter. Because 9 times out of 10, all you got to do is kill like 3 people at Crate Island and boom, you have all the crates. When I would go by myself, I'll just run around and kill whoever's on Crate Island, 3, 4 people, and then get the crates. Because while they respawning and all that shit, you already pulled out. Don't even let them hit the button. Don't go in the actual place where you got to get the crates. That's what they want you to do. You wait outside until all of them group up or whatever. You kill all they ass. Then you go in there, you get the crates, and you run up out of there. That's what I used to do. I was successful every time, boy. I think it's only like a couple times I went to Crate Island by myself where I didn't get no crates. Probably was jailed by SM or some shit. But if I only had to kill like 2 or 3 faction members, boom, that shit was easy. Just run around in circles and lure them to you one by one. Pick them off, boom, boom, boom. Fucking go get some crates. Them faction members was like killing GTA robots in story mode. Like that's legitimately, I used to laugh at them because even without hacks, like fighting a faction member was equivalent to killing a cop in story mode. It was about the same level of difficulty. It's killing. It's like you just killed a story mode cop, boy. That's what I called them, story mode cops. Like for real, go boot up GTA story mode and see how difficult it is for you to kill one cop. Not that difficult. Well, it's about the same level of difficulty for killing an NGG cop. NGG cops used to be so mad when I tell them that shit too. Like, yeah, y'all suck. Like, you think we're hacking? Like, yeah, we do hack, but you realize we hack because we're hacking against other gang members who are actually difficult to kill and that are actually a challenge. But you guys, yeah, you're not a challenge. So why you don't need no hack on no fucking faction member? The fuck? Hell yeah, man. We had all the crates, all the quates. My nigga Joshi would say we had all the quates. Niggas started going. Then they had to ban Crate Island. They was like, nah, this shit ain't working. They thought factions always try to find a way to put the gun trade and put all that shit in their hands. And then they had found a way. They was like, all right, they convinced the admins to say, all right, the only way we gonna beat these motherfuckers is if we take their guns. Maybe if they're just running around with their fists, maybe then we'll be able to beat them in a gunfight. So they tried it. The faction members, they was immediately lit. They was coming to all gang bases and trying to raid gangs and shit like that because they thought we had no guns. Boom, we already had the guns that we've been already stored from before they took away the ability to what is it that they took away? I forgot what they did. Did they take away the ability to create guns on the spot or was it crates or I forgot why Crate Island was introduced, but they took away some shit. I think it was the only way to create guns or whatever the fuck. Anyway, they suck. So the only way they could beat us is by taking our fucking guns, and they still lost. You literally the admins literally was like, all right, y'all suck so bad. The only way y'all could win, we'll take their guns for you guys. All right. They took our guns. They literally gave our guns to the cops. They was like, all right, so now they got to come to you for the guns. Okay. We came and it was so easy. We probably had, after Crate Island came out, we probably had even more guns. We probably had even more guns because that shit was so easy. Like, oh, all you got to do is go to this island and shit on some cops. They made a cop DM island. Like, it was so much fun. Triads didn't even, Crate Island was so much fun that we didn't even have to go out DMing anymore. Like they literally gave us a little island where DMing was like you could legitimately DM. So I was like, shit, boy, pull up here, DM, and then I'm rewarded for DM, and then y'all give me more guns for killing these cops. Fuck yeah, I'm about to go there and get some. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah, boy. Pulled up to Crate Island, killed all them cops, got all the guns, and ran up out of there, boy. Took a little W real quick. Hell yeah. But the Crate Island shenanigans, that was a really fun period of time. But yeah, those was really the videos that made me pop was the dropping cops and the crate videos. Now, as far as dropping cops one, I don't know if anyone remembers, but people were saying that I deleted the original dropping cops one because I was I was hacking so bad in the fucking video. So apparently I deleted it to hide the fact that I was hacking. All right, let me tell you guys what really went down with that. I think I was trying to delete some old videos. I don't know how YouTube works now, but back then when you was trying to upload something and it didn't successfully upload, it wouldn't be on your YouTube channel, but it would still be the video that didn't successfully upload would still be in your like it wouldn't be on your official channel, but it would still be in your video manager where you see all your videos you post, um, the enlisted ones, the private ones, everything on your channel that you posted, you could see there. I remember using the little click box, the little check box, and checking all the videos that I wanted to delete, like all of the failed upload videos. And I think what happened was I accidentally checked the dropping cops video and deleted it. And I didn't even realize that I did this until some days later. I was like, oh shit, someone told me what happened. Someone asked me what happened to dropping cops. Someone really came into the BHT TeamSpeak channel all condescending. They was like, oh, you took down dropping cops because you was hacking. And at the time, I didn't even know dropping cops wasn't on my channel. I'm like, what are you talking about? I look at my channel, that shit wasn't on there. So I go and I still had the footage, the original footage on my page. I mean, not on my page, on my computer, on my hard drive. So I just re-uploaded it. And then they was like, oh, you re-uploaded it to delete the parts of you hacking. And I was like, what parts? He was like, the one that you aimbotted. I'm like, well, you could still see me aimbot in the fucking video. They was really just trying to like I don't know. They were really just trying to find a way to make me seem like I was some kind of liar. Like I was being upfront with them. I was like, yo, I accidentally deleted the video. I re-uploaded the same fucking video. You can go look at it now. I'm still aimbotting and dropping cops. Same fucking video. They said apparently I edited the aimbot out, but you could still see me aimbotting in the video. Whatever. Anyways, that's what happened to the original video. But yeah, in case anyone wondered what happened to the original dropping cops, that's what happened to it. But the one that's on my page now is the original one. It just doesn't have all the views from the first one. The first one, I think the first one had like 2 or 3K views when I deleted it. I don't know what the one I have on my channel now has, probably like 5 or 6K or some shit. Another thing is, okay, about my channel views now. Now, I could have Yusui Chaos, the channel of Yusui Chaos could have went on to become a really successful gaming channel and everything. I could have bought an expensive gaming computer, did gaming streams. That's kind of where I wanted to take the channel, but I was just too lazy, too involved with school and shit at the time, other shit, important shit going on in my life to care about YouTube. But I could have gotten way more views than even what I do have. But I want y'all to understand that my YouTube videos don't have tags. Now, when y'all upload y'all YouTube videos, like Depio and all of y'all tag y'all videos. Y'all put tags, y'all put descriptions, titles, all that shit. I don't even put tags. So any views that y'all see on my video are legitimate views. They're not from people, they're from people within the NGG community. So getting 2,000 people, well, who knows if these are 2,000 individual views? Of course they're not. Probably 100 of those views are my own. But to get even 1,000 people from NGG to view a video is a big thing. And these are legitimate viewer counts. These are not people from other walks of YouTube, from other games. Yusui Chaos was solely an NGG game. And I honestly don't think that anyone from NGG has as many untagged views as I do on my channel. When I say untagged views, I could pull up on my video manager. None of my videos have tags on them. You know how much tagging a video could that shit almost it exponentially increases the amount of views that you have on your video. To have 2,000 views from a niche community, a niche gaming, that's what NGG is. It's a niche gaming community. It's a small gaming community for a game, an old dead game that was revived through a modification for that game. That's how small NGG is. This is not even a old game with some old online original servers. This is an old game that died. And the only reason people still play it is because a modification was made for the game to make it online. It was a single player game. And they made a modification to make it online. So we're not even playing the original game. We're playing a modification of this original game. And not even a modification for a server for that modification for that original game. Just a server for that modification for that. So yeah. The video, let me see which video has the most views on. The only video that I feel like stretched beyond the channel Yusui Chaos was the auto hotkey tutorial. Let me see what video. Okay, I have a video with 12K views now. Before that wasn't my top viewed video. I had another one. I guess that one stretched beyond my scope of YouTube. But it's really amazing to see some real niggas on NGG. Oh yeah, that was a good one too.
Player, my nigga. Don't fuck with me, my nigga.
It was just my idea of what the average NGG player was at this time. This was the average NGG player was like. This was the mentality. Real niggas on NGG was how I envisioned the average player of NGG back in 2012, which was like this hardcore, didn't give a fuck, edgy online motherfucker. Like everyone on NGG was so edgy, so hardcore, didn't give a fuck, was really a gangster, sold weed in real life, listen to Chief Keef.
I am
all
a
that
fuck ass nigga, my nigga, and I will fuck you up if you let me get your IP address, my nigga. Fuck with me and I'll get my niggas on you, my nigga. We'll raid your HQ 3 times each day, my nigga.
Raid your HQ? Who remembers that shit? 3 times each day, boy. That was the maximum amount of time you could raid a nigga HQ. Hell no.
My nigga, and we'll use our guns to fuck you up, my nigga. You think you're cool as fuck, but do slash points, my nigga. We got all the motherfucking points on the motherfucking board. So what you doing, my nigga?
That nigga said we got all the motherfucking points, man.
You being a little bitch nigga with no money, my nigga. I am a platinum VIP member with 2 custom houses and 2 custom islands, and I have 10 car slots because I am a platinum VIP member. I am charted old school and have E-locked gold and LVPD, E-locked gold rhymed LSPD, E-locked gold rhymed SFPD, E-locked gold rhymed FBI Ranger, E-locked gold rhymed Enforcer, E-locked gold rhymed B-Truck, E-locked gold rhymed SWAT Van, E-locked gold rhymed Fire Truck and Ambulance. I am hard nigga. I even have a E-locked gold rimmed shit blend ale to show I am a real nigga. About that life nigga. You just a joke nigga. I go around with about 4 niggas in my cop truck. We all be equipped with damn Spus 12S and Deagles. You know. We go around looking for pussy-ass Pakistani-ass little niggas like you and shoot them in the face just cause they have skin ID 299. If you got a lower caste name like Allah Akbar, I am killing you, my nigga. If I die, I'll talk VIP chat real quick and tell all my niggas to get on /V and talk mad shit so we can prove to you that we are real niggas. If I die, you better get ready for a forum complaint and a nice message from me to Devin about you, because if you killed me, you were obviously a health hacker with aim. I don't care about dying anyway because I have 99,999,999 materials, so that equals about unlimited Spaz 12s for killing packers like you. Bother trying to tell me
Hell no, this nigga said I have 999,999,999 materials to kill Packies like
I'm not a real nigga because I know I am a real nigga. Want to know why? When I am not playing NGRP, I am out on the streets hustling niggas and jacking cars like a real nigga. I fucked your girl, my nigga. I forgot to tell you that I be on TeamSpeak all day, my nigga. I be winning all the rap battles and no one ever discovers that I'm reading from the lyrics of unknown real rappers I found on YouTube. Speaking.
Everything I put in this video was really shots thrown at. I don't know if people realize I was throwing shots at certain people in NGG. And the biggest people I was throwing shots at was BBS at the time. Like BBS, this was literally when you thought of BBS, you thought of Spaz 12's gold rims, VIP chat. That's all you thought about. Like that was the embodiment of BBS, was Spaz 12s and gold rims. Now, that's another NGG meme right there. Spaz 12s and gold rims. Who remembers that shit? I know gold rims ain't shit now, but niggas used to be trying to find hackers to go hack some gold rims on alt accounts and all types of shit, boy. I used to do that shit. I used to go on an alt account on my laptop. This is how I used to give myself gold rims. I had a little alt account on a VPN on my laptop. I'll jack and steal my car from myself, like in case the admin inspects, so they can't say that it was me on an alt. I'd still jack myself out of my car and I'll be sitting there on your Yasui like, what the fuck, man? Try to pretend and everything. And I'll just drive off, start air braking, trying to look like a typical hacker, spawn myself some gold rims, and then run around and do some dumb shit until they ban me. Then I go find my car and go save the gold rims that I hacked on my car. Go save that shit. You know, that shit was an operation back then. Go sell the car for more. Niggas, you could even sell a car for more if you put some gold rims on that bitch.
Thinking about you.
Hell
Too.
yeah.
I gotta upload this video of me and my niggas on NGG doing real nigga things. Peace, my nigga.
I'm looking at the comments for this video. Niggas really enjoyed this shit. Like, niggas really enjoyed that shit, boy. Niggas was
I
like,
am with NGR. I'm FBI Ranger. E-locked go.
DJ Switch.
And another thing is the music, bro. I brought the music game to NGG. Y'all little white boys was not fucking playing this hardcore shit in y'all video, bro. Y'all was not, bro. The beats, my videos had some sick beats, some sick music. Like I just be watching some of my videos, just bobbing my head, like, yeah, boy, that little beat, hey. Had the sickest beats. I ain't gonna lie, that Defio video, one of my favorite ones, because the beat is just so sick in that video. Dang, dude, I've been fucking enjoying this stream for 2 hours. Yeah, you've been in here for a minute, bro. Damn. This better be a good ass stream. Hell yeah, you've been in here. I'm surprised I wouldn't even have stayed this long. First of all, I wouldn't have stayed this long, so I'm shocked you did. I don't know. This nigga Lay, I said 90 to 100 FPS. This nigga Lay had 80 to 20. He had 200 pings, bro. trying to watch this video, but it keeps freezing. Like the sound's not freezing, but I think that's one of my weaker videos. Let me look. I think the Depio one was nice, only because of the damn beat I had in that video. Yeah. I'm sorry for snitching on you, by the way, Depio. You just a little bitch. That's all. you just was. I forgot why. Oh yeah, it's because you was like telling. That I now remember. You was telling this shit. See, I don't got no problem with hackers as long as we could just hack in our own individual ways and not be trying to snitch on each. But if you're gonna try to snitch, if we're both hacking, right? I'm not snitching on you. You're not snitch on me. You're not about to one day just get mad and try to come snitch on me. Like that goes against the rule of hacking, bro. You don't snitch on another hacker, bro. Y'all both just hack quietly and just shut the fuck up. Like you know I'm hacking, I know you hacking. We don't have to go rat each other out. And that's how I roll, bro. But if you was gonna try to come report me for hacking, and I know you hacking for a fact too, hell yeah, I'm about to report you back. Hmm. And then now, like, I'm kind of like, you probably wonder what game I'm playing now. Well, I have a beast gaming PC now, actually. I got a really beast gaming PC. You're talking GTX 1070, Intel i5 500K. Not overclocked right now because I don't have liquid cooling, but I don't need to overclock anyway because my graphics card so be. But guess what? I got this $1,200 gaming computer, but I don't play video games. Right now, I'm not really playing. Well, there's one game I'm kind of playing right now, but I'm only playing it because I make money off the game. I make a couple $100 off the game every week, a passive income because I have some bots running on the game that collect money for me. It's an old game called Mabinogi I used to play from real young. And I still make money off that game till this day. It's the only reason I play it. So, but besides that, there's really no big game that I'm into right now. I'm working too much right now to really be in anything. Yeah, I'm gonna try to unprivate all my videos. I'm about to go soon because I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired. You said memes. With that bitch that everybody fuck. Fumble. I had a really shitty PC back then. Y'all probably could see in my videos. I had a really shitty PC back then. Like garbage. But hey, it could play SAMP. I could play SAMP with like 60 FPS on that PC. So I wasn't really tripping. It was good enough to play SAMP and Mabinogi. I only really played 2 games. I was either playing SAMP or Mabinogi. I'm trying to see. What was my most currently? I think the Alice crying video was pretty cool. I don't like the laugh at the end though. I kind of went into a real evil, fucking demonic laugh at. I don't know what gotten into me. But that's what NGG does too. It just make you kind of crazy. Just listen to this laugh. Listen how crazy I sound. Like I legit sound mad. Yeah, that's not healthy. Hell no, boy. That's not healthy at all. NGG consumed me, boy. Like that shit was my life. I got that much of a thrill. This bitch started crying, bro. I forgot what happened. Let me look at the video.
The money.
She's saying something about money. I'm looking at the chat. Okay, I think it's starting to come to me now. So what happened was, I think I was chasing her down with Kraft. Oh no, was I chasing her down? I was chasing her down with Jack Ting. Okay, that's Joshi's DM alt. That was Joshi's DM alt, Jack Ting. And we was chasing her down, DM her, of course. But yeah, we was there to DM her and everything. And I think we did DM her. Yeah, we did DM her, but she was mad. I think she got me jailed. Now we didn't even DM her technically. It wasn't technically DM. Technically, we RP we didn't DM her. We RP'd killing her. In my eyes, I would personally say that is DM. What we did to her was DM, but that's my personal opinion. If I was an admin in the situation, no, I would not jail me for DM because it was a role play situation leading up to me killing her. She was upset because I killed her too fast. Fair enough. Fair enough. But that's not a reason to jail me. You feel me? And that's where I was coming from. I was coming from more of a logical reasoning in this video. Like, I get what you're saying. I get it. It is kind of DM-ish, but technically, by the rule book, nothing about this situation is DM. We had a RP situation in which I confronted you. I told you to put your hands up. We went through. I told you to get your money. You tried to stall. You were stalling. You can't convince. I RP my character in game felt like you were stalling. So I killed you. And she wrongfully jailed me or got me jailed. And when I confronted her about it, she cried. She literally sat there in the channel and she didn't really cry, but she kind of got hysterical at the end and left the channel. She was like, I'm not doing this shit. Fuck it. Got really mad, hysterical, and left. Users left your channel. It was very dramatic and very funny. I don't remember how many people was in the chat at that time, but this was a period of time when anytime a slot holder gets jailed or anything, you just have a bunch of people rushing down to that channel to see what the fuck is going on. That's why I loved NGG so much, because it was a community of a bunch of, I hate to say, kind of drama was kind of fun. It was a thrill. Like all the drama and shit was such a thrill. I had so much fun doing that shit. So like every interaction, our argument, as much as I hated admins and used to see them as an issue and shit like that in the server, I honestly got a thrill out of it though. Like I feel like I don't regret NGG being the shithole that it was, because like I said, NGG is a microcosm of the real world. And I feel like that's why NGG had a bigger effect on me than it's had on other players and shit, because I always viewed NGG as such. I even told my friend Jalen, he's my closest friend to me in real life. This guy right here, Jack Ting, on his little DM alt. A fucking Hell yeah, that shit had a big effect on me. And that shit, like I said, that shit is it's a microcosm of real life. Someone else joined. Let me see. What are you talking about? Oh, I'm talking about NGG, man. I just heard NGG shut down. Well, I didn't just hear. I heard on my birthday that NGG shut down. So I'm just talking about how I feel about that shit. NGG shutting down because NGG was a big part of my life. Everybody try to flex like NGG. Yo, NGG had zero effect on me. I played NGG for years and I've been playing NGG for fucking 10 years and it's had zero effect on my real life. Like, fuck out of here, bro. Like, that's some shit. Nicholas Harm is the type of nigga who will try to convince you that NGG. Now, this motherfucker has been playing NGG longer than anybody is. I think he's been playing NGG than some players has been alive. Let me think. Cause Sarp, let me think. Cause Sarp, when did Sarp start? Sarp really started in like '07. Yeah, Sarp really started in like '07. So this shit would be so much more lit. If I had more viewers, some weed and shit, I could sit here and talk forever about this shit. But I could sit here and talk for days about NGG because it's so much that went down there. I think Sarp started like, what was it, '07? I joined Sarp probably like '08 was when I first started playing Sarp, which was the original NGG for people who don't know, was San Andreas Roleplay under I think the head what was the main admin's name back then? I forgot. The fuck was his name? But I remember Devin, he was just like a general admin. Devin wasn't even anything like, well, it wasn't even, the admin ranks were nowhere near the same back then. It was only like general admin, then you had the server owner, and like I think there was a senior admin. I don't think there was head admin or any of that bullshit back then, but fuck. Yeah, this nigga Nicholas Harmon playing for so long, bro. this nigga been playing since the beginning of time, since the birth of man, boy. I don't know if he was still playing up until the end of NGG, but if he was, that mean that I wonder who are all the players who played from legit the beginning to the end. Like, he's definitely one of them. That's a fact. Nicholas Harm is one of those players who's played from the beginning to the fucking end, bro. If he was still playing when that shit stopped. But the bitch was out here crying, boy. This shit was so gay, bro, because it's so clear that he was mad. I told this man in B chat right before he ran me over that he only known as that nigga up Devin's asshole. He runs me over and jails me. Like, that's fucking hilarious. I'm trying to see. Put this user in timeout. Haha, YouTube stream is so funny. Top chat, live chat. I reckon if this was 2013, I might have got a couple more views. I reckon. But shit, it is what it is. This is what happens when you shoot an OG chaos. What happened? What happened, you see? That shit was really gangster. Damn, that shit was OG. I don't know how that went down. We didn't plan that or nothing, but I hopped on the bike. That nigga shot me once. And he just, I don't know if it looked like they teleported. I don't know where they came from, but a whole gang of chaos just popped out of the woodworks and shitted on this man. He said, you get fucked by Depio, my nigga. How I get fucked by what? I'm confused. How did I get fucked by Depio? Explain that to me. That's the first time I heard that shit. I've heard a lot of shit, but no one's ever. Most people be like, damn, Rip Depio. After that video came out, I was just hearing Rip Depio. Oh, that LSPD cunt. Which one? Yeah, I apologize for teasing. I was living in California at that time. I had teased y'all. I had teased my channel with a Dropping Cops 3, and I never released it. I'm mad. I was really upset about that. I was working on it too, but I was also working on some other shit because I just had moved to California at the time, I remember. And I was getting into the weed business. I was growing weed and shit like that. So I had my little weed crop and I wasn't really worried about YouTube and NGG. I just had got banned on NGG again. That's why I was going to release Dropping Cops too, because I got banned. I tried to come back to NGG. I don't think I got banned. I think they took my SM or some shit. I was like, fuck that shit, bro. I said, fuck NGG and was about to release a DM video. But started editing it. I started making it and never actually followed up. And I know niggas was anticipating it too, because I looked in the comments and I see a couple people said they was waiting on it and never dropped it. So that was lame. I shouldn't have done that. I still want to drop it because I still have the footage of me. I still have all the Dropping Cops footage. All the original footage. Let me see. I know I got it somewhere. Desktop. Old. No. Private. Oh, no. Let me see. It's somewhere here. New folder 2. No. Screenshots. Where did I put that shit? Oh, here it is. Oh no, this ain't it. I'm tweaking. Hold on, where is this shit? I don't know where that shit is, but I have it somewhere. I have these big hard drives that I basically stored everything from my. I have pictures of me playing in Samp. I probably have the oldest record of Samp. I probably have the oldest record of Samp out of any player on here. But yeah, I probably have the oldest Samp record out of any other player. And my screenshot folders stem far back. I have screenshots from 2009. I think I even have some screenshots from 2008. So we talking way back. That's 10 years ago. If I have a screenshot from 2008, that's a 10-year-old screenshot. So I'd have to go back through all of my hard drives. That's why I really want to do a compilation of shit, because I feel like I have one of the most exclusive just history of NGG, the game, all these players and shit. Like I have it all. Let me see. All right, anyways, I think I'm about to go now. I'm gonna come back later. I'm gonna try again tonight. Maybe I. All right, y'all. I'm out for now. Peace.